Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Chalk Talk Vitality Fitness. Yeah, we're rolling, man. This is what we get when we try to start episode 10. We're like, oh, is it going? We've done this 10 times, and Kyle suddenly has questions about how a camera works. So Kyle, welcome to the Chalk Talk episode 10.
Thank you.
Scruff McBuff over here is back from Aruba.
Yeah.
His nose is peeling really bad.
Is it? Yeah.
It's actually, it's really
Wow.
fake.
It comes with it.
Looks like you got frosted flakes on your nose.
I ate a lot of frost. I ate frosted flakes for almost every day for breakfast.
What?
Yeah, when we went to the store at 2:30 in the afternoon,
That's another story for another time.
we got a big family-sized box of frosted flakes.
It lasted that day, didn't it?
No, I made it last.
That sounds amazing.
We made it last.
So Agnew is clearly repping the set. He's repping that Aruba right now.
Yeah.
Show the camera what we're working with. Dang, dude.
It was just I was so burnt the last day. Jen was like, "You need a sun shirt." And I was like,
That's some true.
"Yeah." And I was like, "I have no idea what that is," but like I literally just standing. I was like Howie from the Benchwarmers.
You were long sleeve t-shirt. You were long sleeve shirt at the beach guy.
The last day I was so burnt. She was like, "Just put it on and try it." And I was like, "Man, this is really comfortable."
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, "Oh wait, I'll wear this more frequently."
Yeah.
So I knew it was gonna be a little chilly at 6:30 when I came to work this morning, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put this on."
Aruba!
That's fun.
And that's why your shins are so sunburned.
My shins are the shade of that chair.
It's absolutely blazed.
Yeah. It was just the last day. I just swear it rained most of the time. So the last day they were like, "Oh, they went 2 years ago."
Yeah.
So the last day they're like, "This is how it was." And I was like,
Every day.
But yeah. And even the people on the island, we were like, "Man, everybody's complaining because it's all tourists. Like,
Yeah.
it's if you lived there and you had a job there, which I mean, I'm sure there are several careers, but for the most part, it's just like what."
Nothing.
I'm just saying.
What does that mean?
For the most part, like you're either like a bartender, you work at the hotels, but it's just you're on vacation too. Like it's probably not even work because everybody's a tourist. You're in a tourist vacation mindset year round.
Everybody's just relaxed.
Everybody's
Just like that.
so happy that live there. Like the natives, so happy.
So was it a good trip?
Yeah,
It was fun?
it was fun.
How was it with the family?
They were good. It was just me, like literally Jenna's entire family. Some of them I had never met. They drove down from New York, so they were nice.
They drove.
flew
They
down.
drove from New York down to Aruba.
Flew down.
Oh, it's like those underwater tunnels that Elon Musk has been building. He's been building those under the ocean.
Speaking of, we should have a podcast about Elon Musk one day.
We shouldn't even try to get Elon Musk on. We should just have a podcast about Elon
Just tag
Musk.
him.
Just talk about flamethrowers and stuff.
Oh man, he's crazy.
No, but now, what was it like getting back in the country?
Borderline this close to me not being here today.
I'm happy that you finally realized how much you love America
Oh my gosh, dude.
by leaving it.
That didn't make me realize it. I'd always loved it. But getting back,
You gained a different appreciation,
oh
I
my
think.
gosh, it's just I could have cried when that plane touched down. And I had a good time. Like that's what I don't want people
It
or
wasn't a miserable trip.
mainly there like that. I had a great time, but and it's weird. Like I literally haven't taken a vacation like that in probably 4 years.
Right.
Like just haven't. I mean, and when I told them when we went down there, I told Miss Brunhosel, because when you get down there, you rent what's called a palapa, and it's just this big straw hut, and you can fit everybody underneath it.
That's
And
pretty cool.
the our waiters and waitresses will come out, ask if you want drinks, food, and it's pretty cool. It's really relaxing.
Talking about
But-
Mountain Dews, baby.
Yeah. But when
Drinks and snacks.
yeah, but you're not 21. I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby.
You gotta put that
Look at Sean, we'll put the Sean White. Sean White. We got the net all.
Have drinks and snacks.
Snacks.
You're not 21. I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby. But so it's this big elaborate thing. Granted, it's actually I found it's not a tropical country, but it's pretty tropical. Apparently, it's
What is that?
So it's not considered a tropical.
yeah. I
country?
guess I consider
Okay.
because there's half of it like civilization, and then half of it's just desert. So I don't know if that
Yeah.
kills the tropical part of it. I don't know,
That's
but
interesting.
either way, I was telling Miss Brunhauser while we were down there. I was like, man, this is amazing. I've never experienced anything like this before.
Mhm.
just the actual setting of being on the beach. Because I told her, I was like, when we were kids, and I love my parents, but we didn't, most people go out even on Myrtle or something, you get an umbrella or something like, we didn't get that.
But you had like a whole area.
Where?
In the Palapa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you went with your parents.
Yeah, like my whole life, when we went to the beach, like when me, my mom, my dad, and my brother went to the beach, it was the smallest pack ever.
Yeah.
We were usually there for like 4 days, but it was 2 lawn chairs and like 3 towels and all, like a football.
Yeah, seriously.
That was it. Yeah.
Baking
like there's no cover. My parents would sit in the chairs and read. If we got to the beach at 11, we would stay from like 11 to 5. They would read from 11 to 5, and they were just like, go to the beach, like go play in the ocean. And we're like, hey, you want to come play with us? Like, well, I'm reading. And my dad's excuse, like when we were kids, we'd be out there for 3 hours, and he'd be like, Dad, can you come play with us? And he would, but he'd be like, Dad, can you come play with us? When you're kids, you just want to play. So he'd be like, yeah, I'm just, I'm waiting to get hot. I'm waiting to get out. I'm like, Dad, we've been out here for 4 hours. You're not hot yet?
What, you're not sweating?
He's like, oh yeah, well, I just kicked that. I can't believe this stayed afloat.
I was just not
But I'm like, Dad, you're not hot yet? But that was it. Like, we didn't know fancy anything. It was, me and Max had 1 towel to split, and if we forgot it, then we didn't get a towel, and we usually bought like 1 football that we could throw, and
do you guys ever remember those little Nerf Vortex footballs?
Yeah.
That had like the little thing in the back of it.
The whistling one?
And they go, so!
Yeah, dude.
Now, did you guys, did you tell me that you guys went on like ATVs, like riding around?
Yeah, it was a UTV, so it was, I literally turned to Jenna, and I love Fast and Furious. People hate those movies and they're stupid.
Those people are stupid.
Those people are stupid. The movies are great. People are like, stop making them. Stop making the movies. Like, why would you stop making the movies when they're making millions of dollars every movie? Like, they're smart.
Just
but
get that bread, man.
Either way, so we're on. It was creepy because we had to go up this to this parking deck. Like, everything's kind of sketchy because it's, here we have Uber, there, which I guess is still sketchy somewhat. But there's just taxis. And you don't know where they're coming from. They just pull up, like, hey, come on, let's go. And they don't really speak English, so it's kind of weird. But so we're just driving around, and they drive like maniacs, like on 2 wheels everywhere. And there's really no laws, so people are pulling out in front of it. It's crazy. So he drives us, and he's just going up and down in this parking deck. And I'm like, this is it. Like, he's taking us somewhere. Like, we're gonna die.
Somebody call Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I was like, sure enough, he pulls to the top deck, and there's just like 40 ATVs and UTVs up top.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
And so,
That's so cool.
We pay, and he was like, all right, since you're a UTV, there are ATVs in front of us, and UTV is like 4 people, basically.
Yeah.
And he was like, just follow the ATVs. He's like, just follow us. We're like, okay. Like, I don't know where we're going.
Did they take your license or anything like that? Or did they just say, pick one and let's roll?
There's no rules.
I think they they assigned us to a UTV, but I think Laura drove, so I think they
took their license or something.
I don't even think they took it.
That's
no, they
crazy.
didn't. No, they didn't take. They didn't even think they looked
So
at
you
it.
go up, you pay
That's
for
awesome.
it, and they're like, all right, let's pick one, let's go.
Yeah, basically.
That's so cool.
that.
And then what's even crazier is I'm like, how are we gonna get to the desert? Like, I don't really. We all know.
We have a
special guest.
entering the podcast. His name is Brent Walbridge.
Brent Walbridge making a special guest episode.
He's the head EvoFit programmer.
What's up?
So I guess you don't want to test an EvoFit workout with me right now.
No, not right now.
I would do it later.
I guess you don't want to test the Dubai qualifier with me.
Ooh.
And I'm doing it too. Me too. What time?
Yeah, when we finish
What's
this.
down?
We'll see where I'm at.
All right.
That
It's
espresso.
not fast though.
Oh,
Good, that's even better.
Fast and cardio. Well, we just totally ruined our rhythm, so that's
That was totally planned.
that's awesome.
No, I can pick back.
But so Laura took a
So
skull.
she drove him, but it's crazy. That's why I said I thought it was a Fast and Furious, because we're on the street. There's like 11 ATVs in front of us and our UTVs, and we're literally in the street next to cars.
That's
like
so
a
cool.
stoplight just flying.
Yeah.
And there's no rules.
I'm gonna look up a UTV. We might want to
Yeah,
put it into the.
It's just like a dune buggy. I want
Yeah,
you
it's
to see it.
yeah, it's a dune buggy. But then you literally go into the desert and you're completely off-roading, like the
That's
most
awesome.
treacherous. Like there's
Sand
rocks and
flying
and
everywhere.
it rained so much, so the guy was like, "I hope you're ready to get like muddy."
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
we're-
yeah.
yeah. It's
Oh.
cool.
Those things are tight, man. They're fun.
And we're flying.
Was it a cool one like this one right here?
I wouldn't say it was that cool.
It's Aruba, guys.
It's kind of old.
Man, that's so cool.
But it's super sweet.
They're
And we
fast.
went to several different. They drove us to the last stop, where then we went to like this big gold mine, which is this huge building in the middle of the desert. We went to. They drove us to this last stop, which was a natural pool where we could snorkel and stuff, which was pretty sweet. So it was cool.
They were
UTVs.
lucky that Laura didn't take a spill on the sand dunes and break her coccyx. Napoleon.
What's when his grandma goes to do?
She's out there.
It sounds like an awesome trip.
It was
though,
fun.
man. I'm jealous, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's about that time. To get your game
Well,
on.
I got coaches texting me and stuff.
I know you put your phone away out of space. It's time for the round table. USA in this hole.
I'm so happy to be back. I'll probably say that for the next year. I'm gonna come in 2020 and be like, I'm so happy to be back. Like, dude, you left 2 years.
Aruba was a while ago.
Is that fight already 9 days ago? 10 days ago? How long were you gone?
7 days. So
Yeah.
9 days.
Holy smokes, man.
Dude, it went by. I remember. I probably shouldn't say this, but I remember like getting down there and walking to the beach the next day and being like, man, I'm gonna be here for forever. Like it's gonna feel like forever. And I wanted to enjoy it, but I didn't want to feel like I was there for forever. But man, it went by fast. And by the time you're over, you're like, man, I wish I would have kind of not said that to begin with. But it was really fun. I think I had definitely had more fun than I anticipated.
Especially because you got to watch MLB postseason baseball.
Man, and yeah, Jen
Shouts to your
was,
fiance.
jeez Louise, she was really good about that.
Can we get a Go Brewers?
Well, no, because they were up 2-1, now they're down 3-2, and because of Kershaw last
It's
night.
not looking good
Kershaw,
for
damn.
Brewers.
Kershaw.
So, well, they're probably going to not get to the World Series. They've only been to the World Series like 2 other times. One other time, 1982. Great year.
All right, we get it. You like sports.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
can
when
see
the
his
Bengals
blood
went.
pressure rising.
Get it.
He just
Get
That's
it.
also
Like
when
sports.
the shot happened.
The shot?
The shot.
I'm talking like
shot heard around the world.
when Ronald Reagan.
Like Civil War stuff.
Are you serious? The shot, 1982. North Carolina Tar Heels.
Michael Jordan.
I don't know.
Oh, I got it right. Jeopardy.
The shot. He was a freshman. Did you say Jeffrey?
No, I said what? I said
Oh,
Jeopardy.
I was about to be super impressed. His middle name is Jeffrey.
So I said.
Shut up. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan project.
It's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I never knew that.
Wow.
I
That's
thought
cool.
it was Michael B. Jordan for a while there.
No, that's the actor.
I'm glad you know that.
Idiot.
Barry.
Barry. Alright, let's give these people what they want to
Well,
hear.
boys and girls, what you came here for today for our roundtable discussion, we want to talk about a topic that each of us have dabbled and experimented with this when it comes to training and specifically training volume. That's what we wanted to get into today. Talk about the importance and the value that volume can have, but then also the when, the why, and potentially the negative effects of too much volume.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Where do you want to start with this one?
I think a good place to start for me, kind of when it came to taking on more volume, what was the why behind it? And I kind of want you guys to chime in because I know, like Steve told you, you got to be very careful with Valium and not taking too much Valium because it'll.
Brett Favre got addicted to Valium. There's another sports reference.
You did.
It's bad.
Great.
We're a sports podcast now.
That'd be a great idea.
But now, like with Agnew, like when it comes to you training athletes or you and your like past of training experience, what led you to look to add more training volume? Because we really just want to talk about the why first.
Yeah, the why for me is I want to say it's different than everybody else's, but obviously I don't know. I just think it's different, just in the fact that once I kind of got the equipment in my garage, and I was a kid training at Vitality, so I go in the mornings, and then after that, like I'm not going to go back and do the same workout. So once I got that stuff in my garage, it was just kind of like an addiction of working out and wanting to get better at snatching, wanting to get better at split jerks, wanting to get stronger on back squat, everything. Gymnastics movements, rowing intervals. So I just went off feel, and I got to the point where the first year I was just buried, at 8:30 after the 7:30 class, class every morning, and I was kind of just done. But then, and plus I was 14, so once I got a little older and a little more mature physically, I started to feel better, and I just went off field. So then I was just like, man, I feel good. I really want to clean and jerk, or I feel good. Let's hit a Metcon, that's all it was. It was just off feel and wanting to work out more and wanting to get better at the things I was not so great at.
Yeah.
But you're a huge feel guy.
Oh, huge what now?
Feel.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't understand what you said for a second. I'm big on going off of feel, and that's good and bad.
Yeah, you're right.
For sure. Sometimes if you rely too much on feeling good, and you come into a workout that your body is ready to hit, but mentally you're like, well, I just don't feel it today.
Yeah,
it can have a negative impact.
Yeah.
But going off of what Nate said, outside of just wanting to do more because you just
like doing it.
You like it and you feel good that day, whatever. A lot of people will add volume in.
You guys heard that rumble?
Our next guest star.
If he comes
Steve
He's
Binghamton.
talking to us.
Okay, he didn't come in. But going off of that, a lot of people will add volume in, and I've added volume in for specific goals.
Preach.
So if you want to get better at muscle ups, your workout had, let's just say, 10 muscle ups in it. Okay, you finish the workout, you recover a little bit, and you're like, I'm going to add an extra 2 sets of 5 in it, or something, just to tailor in that little bit of accessory and little extra volume to get better at specific things.
Yeah.
And that's another reason you could, or people do, add volume in.
I love that note, because for me, when it comes to volume, and this is not a sponsored plug, but whoop, you need to cut the check. When I got my heart rate variability monitor, like one thing that really surprised me was the way it keeps track of cardiovascular strain, and that's one thing I think you guys are hitting on really well when it comes to adding volume. If you come to a class and you hit your class as hard as you possibly can, to quote a coach that I think was one of the best coaches that I've ever worked
You
with.
don't have to quote me, dude. It's cool.
$50 a month, right?
Was that if you hit your Metcon properly, you shouldn't feel like you should do anything else.
Yeah.
Cardiovascular, Metcon training wise. And with this tool, like, it's really helped me see how much cardiovascular load affects how much sleep I need, how much it affects my resting heart rate and things like that when I'm trying to be relaxed and be recovered.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Kyle and Agnew make great points when adding more volume. Like, you have to be very conscious of what state that puts you in. If Kyle's hopping up on the rings and doing 5 sets of 2 after a workout to try to dial on his muscle ups, then his heart rate's not going to break 100.
Right.
His heart rate's not going to break 150. His body doesn't get into this stress, fight or flight mode. It's just dialing things in and working on skills.
Yeah.
And that's something I remember you being really good at. Like, you did very smart, intelligent work in your garage with Olympic lifts. Like,
Yeah.
you were the guy that would go heavy in there, and we've seen videos of you pulling your back out on deadlifts before. But you were a guy that had a lot of technique stuff that you would do.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell everybody the same story about snatching. I'm not like that. I'm not the best at snatching.
You beat my butt every time you snatch with me, so that's another topic. I'm so angry. He does it work out for like 6 months and then snatches more than I do in a snatch session.
It's just the like, I don't want to say I'm like a gamer.
You're
but
from
it's
Milwaukee, right?
No, it's the
Milwaukee's best. And I'm
not from Milwaukee.
I'm over in the corner just serenity now. About to put my fist through a wall.
So many references. I wish you guys would.
This is good. This
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
We're hitting a lot of bases on this episode.
But I just, when it started out, I had 2 blankets, a barbell, and 2 metal 45s. So you have
And the
your,
crappiest 45-pound bar on the face of the planet.
yeah, it's pretty bad. So you literally have your work cut out for you. You could do like
Yeah.
only a certain amount of things. So I couldn't snatch 135. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll just snatch 45 pounds a million times. Every time there's a snatch workout, I'm using 45 pounds. And every time I want to lift heavy, I'm using 45 pounds. So you just perfect it. And I wish more people would do that, because they're like, oh, I'm just going to snatch, if you can't snatch 135, they're going to snatch 115 and 120 a million times. It's not going to get you there.
Yeah.
And same thing with split jerk. Like, he used to get, I'm not calling him out, he used to get pissed because I wouldn't do stuff, when I was hurt, and come back and split jerk, 15 pounds below him, and it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I like the tapes, my mom's probably pulled it up right now, but the tape is in my garage, and I measure where my feet should be. And before every split jerk thing we did, I would do 100 reps and make sure my feet were perfect.
Yeah.
Like you can ask Ben, like he was always in there making sure my feet were right. It's all just little
cool.
stuff like
Wow.
that.
And see, that's a great way to add in volume in a safe way, right? It was a light load. It was technique based. You can do 1,000 of those split jerk movements with just your feet, and you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know? But you do 1,000 of those with some heavyish weight, like you're something gonna happen, right? So it's a great way to add in volume.
And plus, it just rolls over to like now. I mean, that's one of the things. It's like a free throw. Like I've shot a billion free throws in my life.
A billion. That math doesn't check out.
I probably did.
That math just does not check out.
I honestly, it could be close. I got a lot of shots.
He's actually disputing it.
I mean, it could be. I got
Maybe for Jordan.
a lot of shots though. I got a lot of shots.
All right, Braun.
Let's ask Jordan.
I didn't say they all went in. I'm just saying. It's just that repetition after repetition. You know, it's just muscle memory. So now, after being hurt for a long time, you still have that.
Yeah.
Like the snatch technique's still there, split jerk technique's still there, clean, all that stuff. It's still established because you put the foundation down.
I love what he's saying because I think I'll shamelessly plug Kyle's Instagram right now. Kyle's kind of on a little campaign right now to give you guys and be a little bit more of a accessory movement kind of guy on Instagram. And he's been posting stuff of him doing butt walks and chaos carries and such things like that because that's great ways for you guys to train your body and not destroy yourself, but you're actually building yourself up. So I think like when it comes to adding volume, like if you find yourself completely wiped after your Metcons, which you should if you're doing them right, go back to our intensity talk. If you find yourself completely wiped after a Metcon, but you know you still suck at overhead squats or can't do an overhead squat or wonder why your back keeps getting blown up on deadlifts, do things that are low intensity like squat therapy on the wall with a PVC or butt walks. Address those issues, and it doesn't have to be 100 miles an hour. Like I love that we foster a community where intensity is pretty significant in every single one of our workouts, but you have to be the person that knows how to dial yourself back and work on the issues. And we always wonder why, I keep trying to do overhead squats in the workout and I can't do them. Well, take the weight off the bar and do it when you're not 150 beats per minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
And pay the price later. I mean, don't be like me. And I did the little things for every other lift, but I sure as hell deadlifted 400 pounds more times than anybody probably should have.
Yeah.
I didn't work on any type of glute.
No activation.
No, nothing. No hamstring mobility, nothing. And then they're like, oh, you're 20, you can't get hurt. It's not true.
And that's one movement, especially the deadlift. That's such a simple concept, like just pick the bar up off the floor, but requires way more technique.
It seems so like beneath us to prep for a movement like the deadlift, which is, even for me, like I try to remind myself, dude, at least do some deadlifts with the bar. Like focus on what shapes are you making, and I think that's the side of the coin that I think Kyle will be able to talk on as we kind of wrap things up. That negative side of more volume when it's not quality volume, in the sense of like the things we talked about, the downside and the effects, the dramatic side effects of too much volume when our body's not ready for it.
I mean, your body will force you to rest whether you want it to or not. I mean, and that's going to come in the form of some sort of injury. And if you're lucky, it's nothing that's crazy bad right out of the gate. You'll get a little tweak here, a little tweak there, but those tweaks aren't just tweaks, so I did something wrong for the most part, unless it is like an acute, hey, you moved the wrong way on that rep. It's going to be your body's letting you know, like, hey, we need to take a step back because we're adding in too much volume. You are going too hard with too much stuff.
That's a good way to say it.
And the problem with competitive people, especially like us, is we just want to do more. We want to get better toes to bar. Okay, I'm going to do 1,000 toes to bar a day. Terrible idea.
Have fun standing up straight in 30 years.
So that's the problem. You do have to be able to check yourself. And if your body starts to give you those signs, little tweaks here or an injury or whatever, take a step back. Take a week, 2, 3 off. Your fitness is not going to melt away because you take some time off. It's actually going to probably improve. So
because the body has time to reset itself, and I've heard of tons of people that train too much, whether it be in here or train too much in here and then other places in addition to that. And then it leads to, you know, hormonal imbalances in their body. Like you said, it's not just like an injury. Their body will literally revolt against them and be like, hey, you're doing more harm than you are good.
Yeah. And unless you're David Goggins, not that he has this ability to do stuff, but unless you're David Goggins and your goal is to go out and do something incredibly stupid to prove that the body can do it,
Right.
there's no reason to just keep banging your head against the wall. Yeah. He runs. How many miles did he run when he was like 290 pounds and he broke all the bones in his feet or something? He'd never run.
Ran 100 miles in under 24 hours.
Yeah.
100 miles in under 24 hours.
Unless your goal is to go out there and do something like that, which it might be.
Props.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't end up like Agnew.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good now. You're being smart about it. Well, that's going to conclude episode 10 of the Chalk Talk Vitality Fitness. Thank you guys so much for listening and for giving us feedback. We love y'all. We'll see you.